so age discrimination is a big issue. Okay, so and we don't want to pass over that as one of the. I mean, what you've talked about is age discrimination
Right.
throughout. Okay, but just out and out age discrimination, that's a big issue, isn't it?
It's huge and it's illegal, and it's, you know what, it's just hard to prove. It's really really hard to prove. I know so many people that get down in an interview process, and it's like them and another candidate, and the younger candidate does get the job, but the company can usually justify why that was the situation. So it's pretty difficult if in the hiring process to prove that, except we have found in job descriptions and job postings little red flags that kind of show that they're looking for a younger worker. And you can kind of, dance around that a little bit. If you're actually in a job and you're looking to get promoted within your job or not face a layoff, it's pretty hard to say, to prove ageism, but people do it, and you need to just stay at it. And you have to be really cognizant that these issues are out there. Most employers are going to say they don't have age, but you and I know it's one of the isms. It's like this whole last year we've been talking about all kinds of gender discrimination and racial discrimination. Age discrimination is part of that. It's just not really part of the dialogue yet.
Okay, you talked a bit about longevity now. Okay, and so let's talk about longevity and jobs. I mean, some people really want to retire or would think they want to retire, at 62 or 65, but a lot of people are not, and there are lots of experts who say, it's worth it to keep working, to keep your mind sharp and to keep your body sharp. And so, talk about the importance of working longer, or for some people, for others it just doesn't work. But what part does longevity play in your advice to work longer?
Yeah. Rodney, what's happened is, this generation, our generation, this is all new territory. No one, we are living longer lives, even though COVID sort of shifted the numbers a little bit. The truth is, people are healthier and living longer. And so that 65 is sort of this weird date that just sort of came up, arbitrarily many years ago as a retirement time. And the fact is, you could seriously at 60 have another 15 years of even pursuing a completely new career if you wanted to. People you could have 2 decades in retirement. So do you have enough saved? And that's the $1 million question, right? Or $2 million question, because we don't know what health costs are going to be in the future. And all we do know is they keep escalating. So particularly those last years of lives, I mean, I've seen it with my parents. It's extraordinarily expensive, those last few years in their 90s. And if we're living into our 90s and maybe say 100, these are a lot of years to have to support with fixed income. So that's why it's really important. And also the cost of living may be rising and so forth. But really, you're giving yourself a real bonus if you can keep earning, even, it doesn't have to be full freight, but if you can keep bringing in some kind of income as a safety net. But the truth of the matter is most people have not saved adequately for retirement. And most Americans who work for small businesses have never had access even to an employer retirement plan. So if you don't even have someone matching you, trust me, I work for myself. It is really hard to fund my IRA every year because, I'm getting by and I have to make myself do it, but I don't have an employer match as an incentive or that kind of thing. So you see where I'm headed here. The real reason you need to do this is for future financial security.